work of patrolling Florida's waters for oil begins in the skies. 3 times a day, crews take off from the Coast Guard station in Clearwater to search for oil. This C-130 will cover 2,400 kilometers, focusing on waters near Pensacola. Lieutenant Commander Scott Murphy leads the crew.
This is the first day we've been out here where it's been blue skies and you've actually had clear good 10 to 15 miles of visibility. Other than that, it was driving rain, I believe, their first day.
Crews visually scan for ribbons and sheets of oil. They also use radar to help spot oil just below the water's surface. Officials compare the observations from Coast Guard flights to data from satellites or surface vessels. The results produce a map of the oil spill and its path.
That's got to be it. See how it's kind of like big, certainly big patches.
About 50 kilometers off the coast of Pensacola, crews spot something in the water. The challenge is to pick out oil from other dark spots, such as shadows made by clouds or patches of seaweed.
When you're going 3 miles a minute, it can be hard to clearly define that. So typically we'll just report those positions, tell them what we seen, what we thought it was, maybe that it could possibly be seaweed as well, and they can vector in a surface asset to confirm.
Back on the ground, the observations are sent to a task force tracking the spill. It's difficult to keep track of the slick, says co-pilot Brian Boland.
You know, we flew on it for a couple hours. Now it's got 24 hours before we're going to go fly again. And, you know, no way to know if the current or the wind or the waves or what's going to affect it and what's going to move it, or if it's going to grow or if it's going to push towards shore or come offshore.
Oil has already come ashore at Pensacola Beach. Cleanup crews worked over the July 4th holiday weekend, usually a time when tourists go to the beach. Experts say cleaning a beach is relatively easy. The job would be tougher in fragile wetlands, like in Key Largo. Wildlife officials routinely patrol these shallow waters, a habitat for many fish and shellfish. Experts fear the oil could destroy vegetation and endanger the entire food chain. National Park Ranger Dan Kiger says oil poses a special risk to mangroves and seagrass, for example.
And that seagrass is very important. It filters the water. It keeps the water clean. The manatees eat the seagrass. The turtles eat the seagrass. They act as sanctuaries for the small juvenile fish.
So far, no oil from the Deepwater Horizon leak has been found near the Florida Keys. Experts say the risk is low, in part because weather systems have kept the oil away. John Hunt is with the Florida Wildlife Conservation Commission. He says the Keys have been lucky so far.
I hate to use the term lucky in terms of an oil spill because, you know, someone is, you know, and we know where people are having a lot of issues and where the environment's having a lot of issues. But from a South Florida perspective, even the location of where it happens was a little bit of luck.
While cleanup continues in Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi, officials in Florida are watching to guard against oil damage here as well. Brian Wagner, VOA News, Key Largo, Florida.